The nature of life is actually so simple. It transcends almost everybody. It slips by, even though it's right in front of them their whole lives. Yet they're always searching for it, and it seems it is nowhere to be found. There's a reason Buddha repeated the same truth thousands of times. Attachment leads to suffering. But what did Lord Buddha mean by this? It is not necessarily that things in this world are bad, that suffering lies inherently in getting that new car or meeting that person, buying that house, that new phone, all these different forms of paraphernalia in which we can attain. They're not bad. They are neutral. And suffering does not simply exist in them, nor does joy. But when we place an attachment to these things, that these different things will bring us joy, happiness, peace, that one thing that we don't know what to call it, but we're always looking for. The one thing that will finally make us feel whole, will make us feel like we've longed to be our whole existence. And it is when we place our attachment that these things outside of us will bring us what we seek, is when we suffer. Think about it. What was the last thing that you really desired in your life? What was it? And then think about when you got that thing, how did it make you feel in the moment? It probably made you feel happy, whole, accomplished, fulfilled, joyful, at peace. But then what happened as days went by, weeks, maybe even months? And suddenly that feeling started to wear off. That feeling that that object brought you is gone. It's nowhere to be found. And then you are left back to square one again, seeking, desiring the next thing, thinking that, chasing that fleeting emotion that you found in that thing that you desired the most. That is where suffering lies. In attachment to different outcomes we think will fulfill us, will finally bring us that peace that our soul so definitely is. So you see, these things aren't bad. But until we learn that all that's happening inside of us when we attain these different things is this chemical reaction of all the different fancy things that happen inside of our bodies, these chemical formulas that different emotions create. It's just happening in us. Think about when someone makes you mad, it's not necessarily what they are doing outside of you that makes you mad. It's what happens inside of you that creates an emotion that then makes you angry and you project it outwardly, right? Same thing when something makes you happy. It's not that someone outside of you does something that makes you happy. It's that someone does something that triggers an emotion inside of you that makes you happy. And it's when we place our attachment on these things outside of us to make us happy is when we suffer. Because the secret is happiness, joy, love, bliss, peace, euphoria, spiritual ecstasy. It only exists in here. But when our minds are so busy, and when we have become programmed from such a young age to be somebody in this world, to always seek, you have to accomplish all these things if you want to finally be happy. You gotta build a name for yourself. You gotta be rich, make all this money, have a beautiful family, all this stuff. But when you look at the world, very few people are truly happy. Some of the richest, wealthiest people in the world, they are so miserable, they do some of the most evil things that you can possibly think of to try to fulfill themselves, to try to finally find that one thing that is so fleeting. Just look inside, sit down, be still, and dissect the busyness of your mind. And when you sit down to do this, you don't even have to call it meditating. Just call it learning how to be a human being again. How to be, how to sit without the need to watch any videos, to scroll any social media, to think about anything else except what will truly make you happy and finding that thing inside of you. And what happens when we sit in silence, when we tune inwards, is we are observing our thoughts. We are watching them one by one, witnessing it, not judging it, just seeing it for what it is. And you can think of every time you do this, every time you watch a thought bubble up, you look at it, you see it for what it is. Without judgment, you be kind to yourself. It's not bad you're thinking this. It's energy that's bubbling up from the depths of your being, coming to the surface. And when you see it without judgment, like a cloud floating by in the sky, and you are the sky behind the cloud. And then you return your awareness to just being, to your breath, whatever it is you choose to focus on, whether it be a mantra, and you return to your breath. And like, ooh, another thought comes up. Oh, what's this one? Oh. But remember, don't judge it. Only witness it. Because you are not your thoughts. You are what is aware of them. And as you watch this thought float by, you just see it. Oh, I see you. That's okay, you can be there. Suddenly, poof, it's gone as you return to your breath, to your awareness inwardly. This is all we are doing when we meditate or when we sit still, when you tune inward. Because each thought is energy that we hold within our body. And every time we let go of a thought and we just observe it, we let it go back into the void of all it is, that energy gets released from our body. Because remember, Albert Einstein said, energy can never be destroyed nor created. It simply is. I think it was Einstein or Tesla, either or. Both great minds. But when we go our whole lives just accumulating all these different emotions, this energy from different people, from ourselves, from everything around us, from society, you're going to become pretty miserable if you don't know how to let it go, because we're fed negative things most of our lives. We're judged, we're fed fear, guilt, pride, anger, jealousy, resentfulness. All these things we are programmed our whole lives, and they stay inside of us. But until you learn how to let these energies go that are holding you in these cycles of suffering, you will never be happy. You will be in a constant cycle of searching for the next thing to make you happy, of all the different paraphernalia this world has to offer. The most intelligent and sophisticated thing in this entire world and universe that we know of is our bodies. It is the one thing no one can recreate, is our bodies. And there is a divine intelligence in our bodies which somehow sustains us, keeps us alive. Just as it keeps our planet floating in space, the sun burning, keeping us alive. You see, everything is in relationship. And the more and more of these thoughts we let go as we meditate, the more and more this veil of forgetting, this veil of density, of illusion, starts to thin, just like smoke. It becomes thinner and thinner until we can start to see through it a little bit. And we realize, whoa, everything in life doesn't really make sense when you actually stop, you slow down, you think about it a bit. Think about it. Slow your mind down enough so you can just see what is actually happening in the world around us right now. Be quiet. Listen. Listen. And as the mental commotion of noise of stories in our mind becomes slower and slower and quieter, and we can start to rest in that simple awareness between the noise of our mind, the thoughts, you start to see, and it becomes clear. Wow, I am part of the universe. I am not this separate thing existing, needing to lord it over nature to prove myself. I am existence. I am in relationship with every single thing around me. How magical is that? How divine is that? It's even said in the Bible, we are created in the image of God. You are divine. But you must go from purely thinking and believing that you are the Son of Man. You must remember your divinity. Through silencing the veil of the mind, which keeps us trapped in this identity and this separation, you need to go beyond that and sink into the depths of your soul. Because only there lies the light of life. It is the infinite spring of eternal joy, youth, peace, happiness, bliss. Everything lies inside of you. And once you can tap into this, it simply doesn't matter what you do on the outside. You can sit inside and just simply be happy as long as you want. And you live the life that God has given you, whether that be rich, whether that be poor, whether that be in the middle. Live that life. Embrace it. Learn what it has to teach you. Because everything in life happens to us for us, not against us. It happens for us. And whether those things are not super happy and are not the biggest blessings in which they seem that other people get, those things are happening to you so that hopefully you can learn to see through the illusion, so that you can suffer enough to hit rock bottom and wake up to your true self, to the peace, to your soul, which is the source of all that you seek outside of yourself. And the thing is, when you find this, it's the most magical thing. Life starts to feel euphoric, magical, peaceful, purposeful. And it's one thing money can never buy. because you have to do the work. You have to sit down, face yourself, your demons, your shadows, and find your soul. But there is no greater gift than when you truly do this. Peace be with you. Till next time, namaste.